Hello, what's up? It's up, Customer 35, and today I figured I'd show something a bit different. I'm gonna be painting a miniature. So yeah. So as you can already see, I painted one arm of it. I figured it'd be better to just try it out. And so far it's been pretty fun. Today I'm gonna be painting it yellow. So it's not that difficult really. It's mostly about just aiming at all the areas. Like for example, as you can see, it's basically, it's all about aiming at this area. Since it's all black, you need to make sure to aim specifically for areas. It's really kind of difficult if you don't know where to aim, but it's alright. I only recently started getting into this, but yeah, it's been a pretty fun hobby. It's like there's little decals on these, so also if you really want to get started into this, I'd recommend you try 3D printing it because the regular stuff costs like almost $100. In my case, I was able to find it easily on Amazon and whatnot, but there's always that risk that comes with other places to buy this stuff. These kinds of miniatures, you might always get scammed or something. That's an issue. But yeah, if you want to paint them, it's really up to you. There's you can do it any color, any way. You want it to look like something out of a rainbow, you can do that. If you want it just one color, go on ahead. These are 40k miniatures from Warhammer. It's a really big hobby that you kind of have to spend time getting into. But yeah, as you can see, like the biggest challenge you have to do with painting is just making sure that you aim it correctly and properly stroke it. Like you just stroke the brush properly. That's probably gonna get. There's probably better ways of saying that, but I honestly can't think of anything right now. But yeah, you can see aiming it is like the biggest challenge. See. Also, another issue that comes up with painting is that, as you can see, like, not sure if you can see it clearly, but some of the lines are like showing. It's not as clean as you'd probably want it to be. That's a thing that comes with it. There is a layer for this, but so what I'm doing is using a layer brush because I don't really have a good base for this to work with. Like, there really isn't. I don't really have access to that because everything costs money with this hobby, so it's not really a cheap one. It's something you can really go into if you have like just some money lying around. But the 3D printing method is honestly the best way to handle something like this. If you're wondering why one side is yellow and the other side is white, it's because the chapter emblem is on the clean side, which doesn't have like a full-on skull built into it and everything. So it's kind of crucial to just aim for areas that you feel like you can work the most with. So that's kind of like what this all is about, like you gotta make sure it's all yellow, because that's what I'm going for. Lamenters, it's a chapter, kind of infamous for having the most challenging shoulder to paint. Like you can't really paint an emblem on it that sticks well, because painting the heart, because it has like a heart and everything, and checker, and it also has checker pattern. So if anyone knows anything about painting, it's that painting anything, it is a challenge, and I'm also probably gonna have to clean up a bit later. But hey, right now the biggest focus I have is just getting this all ready. This is the color I'm using. It's layer phalanx yellow. It's not too, but it's a pretty decent color. It can be used for other chapters as well. So yeah, this is a Terminator. If you're wondering what kind of model this is, it's something you can get with a starter pack. But the starter pack is like $100 from what I recall. So could be more. Depends on where you live. But yeah, it's a pretty expensive hobby. Again, not something you do unless you're like really into painting and whatnot. Like it's really expensive. Yeah, it's mostly just painting and trying out and fiddling around with it. You can see sorry about the sudden zoom ins. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to make sure that this is visible. It's not really easy. I'm used to recording from my laptop, not the whole, not do this, like on a regular camera, because setting it up is kind of a pain. So yeah, you kind of have to I kind of have to lift this up constantly just to make sure like I'm getting areas that I want hit, as opposed to just hitting the same thing over and over again. The biggest challenge is making sure you hit is areas that are tiny details. Like the small details are always the biggest challenge when it comes to this. Like, I don't really have a proper setup for something like this, so I'm not sure how many videos of this I will honestly make. I'd like to make more, but I'm not really sure about how to go about properly setting something up for it, because it's not really clear how to do it. I mean, like, you need like a full-on table and everything, and that costs money. And if there's one thing that I can get from this channel, it's really money. I mean, most of my videos, I think, are like would have copyright strikes on them if I left them to get monetized. So that in and of itself is a challenge, but yeah, it's one thing. You always gotta aim for like areas. You see, like, make sure to aim for whatever areas you can reach. I'm not really experienced in painting, so probably you should check out other channels, but I'm a beginner. I did recently have an idea for a challenge I could do. Maybe that'll be fun to record. Hopefully it is. I'm not really sure how it will turn out, but who knows. Yeah, if you can hear that, it's kind of raining where I am, so that's the thing. If you ever want to get into 40K, you can look into you should go to your local store. They give you a free miniature. I don't know, and they also give one free miniature out every month. That's pretty cool. I didn't get these for free. I actually had to pay them. It was like roughly $60 ish. And there's a lot of issues with the community, from what I recall. People aren't exactly thrilled with stuff like, for example, the Primaris models, because a lot of the firstborn are basically getting removed from the catalog. You have to order them online and whatnot, as opposed to them even having in stock. I know I've gone and checked it out because I was kind of curious about getting some. The biggest perk about layering that I personally found is that it's pretty easy to use. Bases, there's different kinds of paint. Bases, like, it's kind of in the name. Layering is like it adds some extra color to it. I know I've used it because I had a Skies of the Emperor I wanted to make, and yeah, I used these for it, the new Primaris models, because I really didn't know where I could get the firstborn. So gotta do what you gotta do. I found it out later where you could find them. People at Games Workshop at the store are actually pretty nice. Games Workshop, the company, isn't really a good place for purchasing stuff. So yeah, that's the Lamenter so far. I'll probably make another video showcasing what it looks like when I'm through with everything, but I'm gonna have to get some more stuff done. I haven't done his emblem yet, which is supposed to be right here. It's the white shoulder. can't do that yet because of a couple of reasons, most of them being that I need a thinner brush than this. Yeah, it needs to be a lot thinner because, you know, like if I'm not careful, I can't really get the checker pattern going. That's a challenge. Alright, I think that's it. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. And every other YouTube channel's probably told you what to do, so just, you know the drill by now. You know what to do.